Gracias por ver la esquina de Jody. Thank you for watching Jody's Corner.
YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Jody Joe. Welcome to Jody's Corner, baby. Yeah! We're back with some awesome news, y'all. It's official. You guys probably already heard this news, but yes, it's true. As Variety has reported, Patty Jenkins has officially signed on that dotted line to be the director, once again, to helm the Wonder Woman film. The sequel this time, released in December 2019. I don't know if that date is going to be ironclad, who knows. But the important part is Patty Jenkins is helming the next Wonder Woman film. To my surprise, it's not just director we're talking about. Apparently she's going to have some writing, co-writing credits as well. So she got this bigger role, and I believe that she has some incentives on the back end. So like, which is the best part of it, because when, like Christopher Nolan, for instance, Christopher Nolan signed a deal, something like $20 million for Dunkirk, but what really blows my mind is I think he got like 15%. I think it's like 20% of like the box office. Fuck. And Patty got something like that. I'm not gonna say 15-20% or nothing. She's got a percentage of what the film is going to bring in. I believe it's something like that. So if this movie hits hard like I know it's gonna do, 800, 900, maybe $1 billion, Patty, you going straight to the bank with this. Ha 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 ha. She going straight to the bank with this. Hey, I feel like I just signed a check for $10 million. Shout out to Patty. Congratulations. I'm happy like I just cashed $1 million check myself. Nobody deserves it in Hollywood, and I mean nobody, woman or male otherwise, than you. Get yourself some better. I know your heart was probably pumping like a motherfucker when you signed that check. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at you. Let's go ahead and get to this Variety article. So basically they updated the old Variety article that they published months back, and they go ahead and they put in things like, oh, all the feats that this Wonder Woman film kept knocking down. I mean, if you look at Man of Steel and Suicide Squad and Batman vs. Superman, we see that Wonder Woman, with a smaller budget than all of those films, outperformed almost all of those films in the box office. In fact, Wonder Woman domestically has outperformed Batman vs. Superman, Suicide Squad, and Man of Steel. Every other DCEU movie in the DCEU, it has outperformed it as the #1 domestic box office champion. That's epic in itself. That's epic in it. Absorb this for a second. Hold on. Patty Jenkins directed a Wonder Woman film when people were doubting her capabilities, where people were doubting the film, where people were doubting because it was taking part in the DCU that was kind of murky. Now, not only did that film become one of the greatest superhero films ever made, not only did that film change the way we look at superheroes and heroines in general from a female perspective. Now women are, shout out to women, women power, that's what's up. Not only that, not only is it a critically acclaimed film, but it also broke records. She's the #1 grossing director. Her film is the #1 grossing film from a female director. The #1 grossing, the number 5, top 5. It's top 5 domestic box office all time. It's Avengers, Avengers 2, Dark Knight Rises, The Dark Knight, and Wonder Woman. That's epic company to be in. Like, look at these feats that she's knocking down. Now, I know that Patty doesn't even like to be contained best female director. No, just a good director. She's just a good director, and all of these praises that are coming for her, for Gal, for Chris, it's dope. So we're talking about all of these films that all had all of this extra marketing, right? BVS, for instance, had like a $400 million budget if you take in actually what it costs to make it on top of the marketing. Wonder Woman had a $150 million budget, maybe $50 million marketing, who knows, maybe $200 million to get it, and it brings in over $800 million. Now that ratio is what's up. That's what you call banking. Warner Brothers made more money off of Wonder Woman than more profit off of Wonder Woman than BVS. Wonder Woman is their most besides the Dark Knight franchise, as far as the DC is concerned, Wonder Woman is their most successful film. If you're talking dollars spent to dollars earned. And that is what's up. And that, at the end of the day, that's what Warner Brothers is looking at. They're looking about that money. Yes, they, you know, there's you know, artistic integrity and there's but at the end of the day, these are corporations and we all know they're out to make that dollar. That's just the business element of it. But when you're able to make that dollar and also hire somebody and have somebody as passionate as Patty is and as great as Gal was, that duo, Jeff Johns, who was also hovering over it, not in the way, but helping, and they were going bouncing off each other and making this project great, where there's passion and there's profit. That's the recipe for epicness, bruh. And that's what we're finna get with Wonder Woman 2. Now, there's a couple of things I got to get off my chest. Now that we put that down, we know that Patty Jenkins is going to direct the film sometime in December. 2019 is going to release. She's probably going to get started on casting and all that other stuff. She's involved with the story now? Oh my God. This is going to be a detailed video on certain aspects. So let me go ahead and get into what my opinion is on I think the movie should be about, right? What time frame should it take place in? Patty has already come out and said that she wanted to make the film up to date. And I was already in the same thinking, like, you need to come and join the DCEU that you're saving. So makes sense for this next film to be part in the present. I believe that all the way up until the point where Warner Brothers released that terrible DC film slate. I mean, seriously, with no Man of Steel on it. I mean, with Justice League Dark on there, Gotham City Sirens, Suicide Squad 2, Shazam, I mean, some of the films on that list are atrocious and it makes me sad. Prior to seeing that list, I'm like, okay, Wonder Woman 2 has to take place in the present. And I'm okay if it does. But now that I see that schedule and just based off the schedule, assuming that there's nothing going to change and that's the schedule, I'm sitting back and I'm like, I'm not even so sure if Wonder Woman 2 has to take place in the present. I'm not so sure it has to. I don't think it has to, because look at the present. Look what the slate they're coming up with. There's no universe there. You're building Nightwing and Batman in an origin, a Joker origin, an alternate. What the freak? And that just got me like, man, there doesn't even seem to be like a constructive DCEU as far as going a certain direction, because they're doing Dark, Justice League Dark, and you got Green Lantern Corps, which is okay. But you have this Shazam movie with The Rock by himself. What the freak is that? He needs to be in a Captain Marvel movie, but he won't be in the Captain Marvel movie because they casted Dwayne The Rock Johnson and he's too big for his own aura. He's a huge star, so they gave him his own film. And then you have this Gotham City Sirens thing. And then you have this Suicide Squad 2 thing. And there's other movies on that list. Flashpoint is the only film that I'm looking at like, okay, Flashpoint can make everything better. Time changes and whatnot. But that's 4 years off, 3-4 years off the trough. So I'm not married to the idea that Wonder Woman 2 has to take place in the present. Does it make sense for it to take place in the present? Yes. Would I like to see it in the present? Yes. But I'm also at a point where it doesn't have to be. I wouldn't be disappointed if she made it and it wasn't in the present. Looking at the schedule, that's the change in my thinking now. So I just want to get that out in the open. Villains and all that, fine. You know, we'll get into those discussions as we get closer. You know, so they could do a Cersei. Maybe that's a third film thing. A lot of people are saying Cheetah. Cheetah's a physical threat. You know, it would be nice to see some combat head up. One of the issues that a lot of people have had, and one of the things that I believe that could have made the film better in the third act, was had she traded blows with Ares on a combat level. Like, say they were fighting sword combat like that, getting down like that, with less, you know, throwing stuff around and doing OP. If it was like trading blows, punches, kicks, doing, you know, some martial arts of some sort, like really going into each other, that would have been even more impactful third act. It would have showed that fighting level. But either way it goes, the film was freaking phenomenal. Cheetah would bring some of that to the film, I believe. And who knows where, as far as we are with the gods. Was Hippolyta telling the truth about all the gods being dead, or was she fed a lie? We don't know. There's lots of different ways that the film could go that I'm interested in. I can't wait. Can't wait. Let's get this official. The promotion for Wonder Woman 2 has started today. We're back on that train. I feel like we only had a hiatus for a few months. I don't give a freak. I can't wait. Oh my God. You mean to tell me I'm about to see 3 more trailers for Wonder Woman? Oh, I'm going to experience more trailers? My body's ready. My freaking body's ready. I can't even imagine how she's gonna be. Oh my God. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Wonder Woman 2 is going to come out, and that's freaking amazing. But there's a couple of things that's on my mind that I gotta say. I'm speaking to Patty, I'm speaking to Gal, I'm speaking to Jeff Johns, I'm speaking to Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers, you did good signing Patty on the dotted line. It took long enough, but it got done. Don't F this up. You got yourself a director who's already proven that she was a great director before she even came and did this Wonder Woman. Clearly, Shaw's Monster. You got it. Don't F it up. Don't F this relationship up. Don't tarnish it. You know, the stuff that's going on with Ben Affleck, that's an effed up relationship. The stuff that happened with Zack Snyder, that wasn't done properly. These writers coming back and forth, Matt Reeves saying, I'm not going to do it, then coming back, and then he's gone, then I'm back. Then we hear these different... Keep Patty, do what she freaking needs to get this movie done right. Don't get in her way. And this is exactly why I'm talking to Jeff Johns as well. Jeff, you the man. You did a very good job with Patty. Seeing you guys at WonderCon talking and how you said, oh, Patty, we're very lucky to have Patty a part of this Wonder Woman. She's a Wonder Woman. She understands everything. She brings so much to the table. And it seems to me that Jeff he's over everything, like, yeah, but he's not like over everything. You know what I'm saying? He's going... Let Patty be free. Let her be open. And then bounce ideas off each other. Let that chemistry work like it did in the first Wonder Woman. Nothing should change. Nothing should change. It should only be even more smoother. I believe that the shooting for Wonder Woman 1 was smooth. It felt smooth. So Wonder Woman 2 should be even more so. Don't freaking meddle inside of her affairs. Warner Brothers, don't change shit. Don't try to do a judgment call on what she got going on. If she wants to do a shot, let her do the shot. If she wants to take something out, let her take it out. I really hope that this type of stuff was inside of the contract negotiations. Patty's a smart lady. She ain't just about money. She don't give a freak about that. Yeah, we need money to survive. But what she about is that creativity. Her own passion. She's putting into the projects that she likes to do. Very few directors are like that. A lot of them are chasing that dollar. I understand, ain't nothing wrong with it. Patty's a passion project director. She follows what she wants to do. So you got something that she wants to do. Don't F it up. Don't try to muddle her vision. Don't try to mingle with it and pull stuff out. Don't try to suicide squat it. What I'm saying is don't mess it up. Just let them. You hired Jeff Johns to be the president of the DCEU. Let him be the president. Jeff, you are the president of the DCEU. You hired directors and writers to do their job. Let them do their job. I'm not saying you didn't, but just let it happen. Patty, I already know you're going to do a great job. That's why we're here. That's why we're even talking about this shit right now. I can't wait to see Gal. She's going to come back. She's going to get a fat check too. Shout to Gal. I would love to just hear Gal Gadot getting $7 million for her role. I mean, if she could at least get $7 million, that'd be freaking epic. $7 million to play Wonder Woman, because we know her first 3 appearances, well, she was in BVS and this Wonder Woman. She probably only got like $300,000. I think it was rumored like $300K to do those movies. Like, fuck. I understand when you don't want to block, but dang, it's time to cash that check. Warner Brothers, don't be cheap. Cash that check. I'm pretty sure Patty signed probably, I don't know. I'm thinking, what would I would honestly, Zack Snyder got $10 million to do BVS, and I believe he got $10 million to do Man of Steel. I would one up that. I think Patty should have signed the deal for plus $10 million. I would have gave her 12. I would have gave her 15. But realistically, she probably got 10, 11, 12, something like that. I'd say between 10 and $15 million. That's what's up. That's a payday. Because not only the difference between her films and Zack's films is that Zack's films are polarizing. Her film is not. It's just good. That's it. 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't put too much weight into that, but that's a good indicator that people like the freaking film. It's the first time that it's ever been up there. DCEU movies don't even know what the 80s looks like. They don't even know what an 80 percentile looks like, let alone 90s. Shout outs to that. We already got that out the way. So Patty's gonna do her job. Gal's gonna do what she do. It's just gonna see them. It's gonna be awesome to see them return. Now, biggest question. I already did a video about this, so let's go ahead and get this out the way. As amazing as Steve Trevor was, I don't want to see him back. It's just too beautiful how he went out. It's too beautiful how he went out. I just don't see him ever coming. It's just one of those roles where you do it too good. That's it. It's like the movie Once Upon a Time in Mexico. The guy was sitting at the table. I keep referencing this shit. The guy was sitting at the table. He was talking to the guy. He said, "Motherfrigger, this plate is so delicious, I'm going to murder the chef that made it." Soon as he ate that food, went in his kitchen, found the chef with the big old hat, killed him. Why? Why? He did such a good job, you had to get him out of here. He's gone. No one else will make this plate for anyone else ever again. It's like that. Steve Trevor was so epic in the role, so amazing, and you left it off with such an amazing bow. To bring him back in any fashion, it will hurt. It will hurt. It'll be distasteful. I try to think of a couple of ways that you could bring him back, and I was thinking of the only way that is safe to use him and bring him back is in flashback form, where it shows and fills in scenes that Wonder Woman Part 1 couldn't show us, but it took place during Wonder Woman Part 1. For instance, say Diana's in Wonder Woman 2, and she thinks back to her training and how she learned about mankind, and she has a flashback to when she was on the boat with Steve Trevor on her way to London. To England, and it shows scenes where they were actually having more dialogue. You know, they were on the boat probably weeks. It could show stuff there. It could show scenes where they were talking to each other here. It could show scenes there. It could do flashbacks of when he was alive. That I'm okay with. But all in all, man, this is freaking epic. Patty, like I said, I don't give a freak. I'll be a key grip. I'll be a ticket taker. I'll park cars. I'll take coffee to the stars. I don't give a freak what it is, and I'll do it all for free. I just want to be a part of this thing. Hit me up. But shout out to Warner Brothers for getting this job done. I see that, as like I said, Wonder Woman is going to change the landscape of the DCEU, and it looks weird right now, but let's keep it in short sight. Wonder Woman is a success. The Justice League looks better than it did 3 months ago. Aquaman looks great. So that's 2 for 3, possibly 3 for 3 if Justice League is a good film. Now that's what I'm talking about by saving the DCEU, right? So let's go ahead and see and move forward, and let's get this shit out the way. I got haters watching me right now. I got people watching me right now who were doubters of the Wonder Woman film. I got people watching me right now who a year ago were saying I was speaking bullshit when I said this movie was going to be great. Who were saying, Patty Jenkins, who the freak is that? She's a woman. No. This woman, superhero, no, who's Wonder Woman? She ain't popular. I got them. Half of them who were like, dang, Jody was right. I can't believe Patty did it. Patty's amazing. And they see Patty for what she is. They see Gal. They see what's up. And they're watching and they have a new outlook on what's up. Thank you. Welcome. Now, I still got those haters who are like, man, lucky. Ain't no luck in this. People are still hating, but at the same time, that's perfectly okay. Because now, the difference between you hating now and you hating a year ago is that you had the odds on your side back then, didn't you? You had I didn't have the benefit of the doubt. There was so much doubt in the DCEU, it was popular opinion to hate on the film. You had those rumors about Wonder Woman being a mess. You had all that bullshit to thrive off of and freaking feed off of. Now you got nothing. You hating on this film, hating on Wonder Woman 2 if it's possible. Now you just look like a hater to everybody else. Because you're alone on that island now. Shout out to Wonder Woman 2 being a film coming out. I can't wait to see screeners, to hear news, to give you news, to see trailers, to hear... I can't wait. Once again, you love Wonder Woman, you know good and goddamn well I got that shit right here on Jody's Corner for y'all. I'ma rep this film till there ain't nothing left. All the way until this film comes out and beyond. Thank you, Warner Brothers, for giving us Wonder Woman 2. Thank you, Patty Jenkins, for signing on the beat in Wonder Woman 2. Thank you, everybody, for watching and supporting the movement. I ask you all this again. Support this film. Tell your friends. Get ready. Get your hype levels up. Watch the trailers. Engage in social media. Support Patty, man. We got this culture where people think, you know, feminism is a negative. People look at feminism in a negative light more than they do a positive, and that's because people are not truly understanding what feminism is. People are taking male bashing and they're identifying it with feminism when they're two different things. You have an icon here to get behind. Not just the character, I'm talking about the people behind the scenes, the actor, the director. You need to get behind this. If you want, you know, advancement, this is where it's at. Support Wonder Woman 2. Tell your friends, make that hype go up. Tweet about it. Facebook about it. Let's get this thing trending. Keep this shit going, man, because Marvel has made Captain Marvel, right? Captain Marvel's coming out in 2019. I like Marvel. I like DC. I like them both. Captain Marvel would not be out if it wasn't for Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman broke the ceiling and kicked in the door and left a high heel in the crack so the next female could come and walk through that bitch. You feel what I'm saying? That's what we have right now. So support the motherfucking innovator. Support the game changer. That's all I'm saying. And I'll be here with y'all. Come tune in anything Wonder Woman. I got y'all. Patty, once again, congratulations. I'm freaking happy for you. I feel like we took a big W today. Overall, you took that big W today. Congratulations. And I'm happy for you. And you're an amazing person. And I already know that everything's going to work out good for you. Shout outs to you. Shout outs to Gal. All right, that's it for me, guys. Go ahead and click the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. I bring that real content. That's what I'm about. How I feel. That's what you're going to hear. Shout outs to everybody who's been supporting us. Thank you guys very much. If you guys like my content, be sure to check out my Patreon. Adpocalypse is a real thing. Patreon gives me supplemental support. That's what's up. Thank you, everybody, for staying tuned. Put down in the comment section what you guys think. I'm Jody Joe, and I'm off this thing, man. Peace.